G'day everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to this NBA 2K25 Play Now Online series. I believe this is episode 9 overall, and as you can see from the title, we're going to be rocking with the Atlanta Hawks. Wanted to start using some of these tier 3 teams, and I actually was going to use Charlotte, and then for some reason my opponent wanted to mirror match me, so I was like, screw that, I'll choose a different one. So I decided to go with the Atlanta Hawks. So I probably have the slightly better team here, so I expect to win, although this guy's first game, as you can see, his record was 0-0. And as I'm going to start this one off in the second half here and let the rest of the game play out and just talk about Atlanta and what a fall from grace they had from a few years ago where they went to the conference finals against, I think it was Milwaukee Bucks, and lost in 6. So they were nearly in the NBA finals after being, I think they were like maybe an 8 seed. I'm not even sure what seed they were, but they ended up beating Philly in that infamous round 2 matchup. And then from there, gave Milwaukee a decent fight, but obviously weren't good enough. But you see, they've finally made a big trade in DeJounte Murray leaving Atlanta just a couple years after they gave a lot to get him. Didn't work out. They thought the backcourt of DeJounte and Trae Young was going to work out. And it really didn't, to be honest. It just didn't work from the start. And honestly, I think they would take that trade back in a heartbeat, because I think they've given away quite a few first-round picks to the Spurs, who are probably going to cash in over the next year or two if Atlanta keeps sliding down the table. They recently just had the number 1 pick, funnily enough, and they drafted, I think his name's Zachary Ricochet. I think he's French, not 100% sure, but rumors were that they were shopping the number 1 pick around to many other teams, but this draft wasn't one of the best ones, especially the high-end talent, so they couldn't really get good value for it, so they ended up using the pick, and he's going to go into their lineup. Probably won't start, to be honest, but not 100% sure, as I think he's a wing player. I think he's like a small forward, power forward, a lot of length. But really, the main reason for optimism with the Hawks is that they're still young. They still have Trae Young, who is a big-time player, although he was rumoured to be possibly getting traded as well. But I guess after DeJounte Murray got traded, they've really made their stand there. And they've still got youngsters in Onyeka Okongwu. Should probably be starting by now. I mean, I've heard from a lot of Atlanta fans that Clint Capella is just nowhere near as good as he used to be. And it's shocking that he's still on the team, let alone starting. But a lot of people really like Jalen Johnson, who I think was injured for part of last season. But he looks like he could be an absolute beast. And I think he'll probably get a max contract in the future if he keeps progressing the way he is. And they've also got this DeAndre Hunter, who's 26. They're paying him a fair chunk of change. They're hoping he would turn into something really good. But his development just hasn't been as good as they would have hoped, especially for the amount that they're paying him. But he can still get better. As I said, he's still only 26, so still has plenty of years left to improve. And they've got Bogdan Bogdanovic, who's I think 32 now, the Serbian. He's been there for a few years now, and he's perfect as like a 6th man type role. But I think he's going to be starting this year. Not 100% sure, because obviously they brought in some new faces in the likes of Larry Nance Jr. From the Pelicans, and then Dyson Daniels as well, who could be the starting 2 guard, the young Australian, but he could also be coming off the bench, so a lot of things still to be decided there in Atlanta. And my prediction for them, to me, they're just like the Chicago Bulls, where they've just been mediocre for quite a while now, and it feels like the playing game every time is centered around Atlanta, Chicago, and then if not, Miami Heat are normally in it as well. And it's basically a battle of those 3, but you never know. They could surprise everyone this year. I mean, they can't really tank, because obviously when they traded for DeJounte Murray years ago, they gave up some first-round picks, so I don't think losing is going to do them any good. I think they might have recouped 1 or 2 maybe when they got rid of DeJounte Murray, but I'm not too sure. I think they might have just got back Larry Nance and Dyson Daniels, but don't quote me on that either. But yeah, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe on this vid, guys. Really helps me out. And let me know your predictions for the Atlanta Hawks, or just any team for the upcoming NBA season. I've still got plenty of teams still to go through. As you can see, my record at the start of the vid there, I think it was like 9-1 or 10-1. So still plenty more teams to talk about. Atlanta, not going to lie, is not my expertise, and I'm not really interested in Atlanta, to be honest, but beyond, I guess, Trae Young, Jalen Johnson, Okongwu, I still have some faith in, and then I guess the number 1 pick, and Dyson Daniels, because he's an Aussie, and maybe he will show out this year, you never know. I think Dyson Daniels could develop into a good 3-and-D player, as he's built for that role, and he's already proved himself a little bit, but you never know what's going to happen. He could just get traded again. He could just be a bench warmer. No one knows. But yeah, going to be taking on this guy. You see him up 5 here at the moment. Get it ahead to Trae Young, who is really carrying me in this game. No real surprise, but I just got to hit my outside shots. And there's one that I hit there with Dyson Daniels, corner 3. I was really struggling to shoot, as I say in all my videos, just really struggling to... And it's mainly because I just don't know this player's jump shots. I mean, I'm using like a new team every single game, so no real consistency, and it still feels like a rim runner's game. As you see there, LaMelo just takes it up in Trae Young's face. Obviously, Trae Young not known for his defense, but he did improve last year. I think he drew quite a lot of charges, so at least he was putting his body on the line and for the team. As I go inside there, I kick it out a little bit too deep, I think, for Jalen Johnson there. And I find Larry Nance Jr., and he kicks it out and turns it over. Bad pass there, but I really wanted to use Charlotte, but they're gonna have to wait for another time, possibly the next vid or two. You never know. But I'm not real excited about playing with Miles Bridges. If you know, you know. But anyway, Trae Young goes into the lane, feeds Larry Nance Jr., and he's gonna go up and slam that down with a nice little standing dunk there. So it looks like I'm gonna keep this lead going into the 4th here. Hopefully I can get a stop here on LaMelo. He's really got a mismatch. I should really change that matchup. I thought I did. I thought I put Hunter on him, but I think when Hunter goes to the bench, then it just defaults back to point guard on point guard, so that's my fault. But I wanted to test my on-ball defense as I play on-ball majority of the time, so not a bad test there. But you see he knocks down the free throws. 15 seconds left here at the end of the 3rd. What can I conjure up here? What can I get done? Trae Young pulls up for 3, and I green it. And I hate how the greens always just rattle in this year. I know they say it's because it's on the edge of the green window, but I mean, the green window is hard enough to hit as it is. So what are you doing by telling me I hit the edge of the green window? It's just ridiculous. I miss just the easy swishes and stuff. And speaking of easy, what the hell was that? I just let him go to the rim there, and he just lays it in with no contest whatsoever. We're up by 5 going into the last quarter now. Should hopefully hold on and get the win, and that'll put us closer to the next league in this Play Now Online series. Probably just going to play it for the trophies and just to talk about the team I'm most likely going to be playing with. But, you know, I'm going to get to the errors teams eventually, and in those gameplays, who knows what I'll be talking about. Let me know some suggestions down below. Happy to talk about what you guys want. And just any feedback and engagement would be appreciated. As Trae Young goes in amongst the trees there, a 2v1, and he gets it to go with the layup and puts us up 7 now. This guy was pretty much killing me with LaMelo, which was expected, but Brandon Miller looked to be pretty decent as well. Don't know who this guy is who has the ball here, but hopefully Bogdanovic can stop him. Got to play some good defense, little pick and roll, and that's all this game really is at the moment, pick and rolls. Not really running plays or studying playbooks to really take advantage of it. But Trae Young looks to go all the way, kicks it back, and I hit the wrong icon, I think, so that's why I passed it so quickly. I hit Trae Young for the open 3, but it's slightly early and it rims out. That would have been a big shot to make it a double-digit game. But he moves the ball up quick, comes back at me. LaMelo gets it again. He's moving it around. Both teams don't really have a good scoring big man. I mean, Okongwu, I probably should have played him more, but Capella was starting and I didn't want to mess with the lineup at the moment. As I go inside with Zachary Ricochet, I take the Euro, but he doesn't get it to go. But I timed that steal, I thought, well, but 2K just doesn't want to give me the cookies. And LaMelo kicks it back out to Grant Williams. Forgot he was on the Hornets, to be honest. How crazy was that? He went from the Celtics to the Mavericks and then got dealt all the way to the Charlotte Hornets. Talk about a fall from grace there, team-wise. Went from 2 great teams to Charlotte, who've been in the dumpster for a little while now. But they have possible upsides as well. I'm not as down on them as other people are. But Trae Young crosses over. Probably should have pulled that one, but I hit it to ricochet. I've kind of messed this up, but I see a mismatch, but I kick it out. I don't know why I kicked it out. I'm just going to throw up something horrible with Capella. And it nearly rims in there. And he's off cherry picking with Grant Williams, I think it was, but he doesn't get it to him. And he kicks it back out to LaMelo. So 3 minutes to go, still up by 7. Still holding on to this one at this stage. As it looks like he calls for a pick and roll with Grant. I stopped the layup, but he gets bailed out there and he was able to make that pass. It was a good pass, but I think it was the computer that just decided to contest that when I already had it covered, which was a bit ridiculous. But here I go, I pull up for 3, a little bit deeper this time, and I green it again. And the badges pop up, and I go up by 8 with 2.5 remaining. A big shot from Trae Young. And let me know how you guys are doing in Play Now Online. Are you guys really playing this mode, or are you sticking to, my NBA, my team, my career? I shouldn't really even say my team. I mean, that game mode is pretty dead, and I follow quite a few of the content creators, but I feel like there's just not much to grind in my team unless you're really playing the showdown and the king of the court at like a certain time on the weekend. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous if you ask me. But you see here, I play good defense, LaMelo. Can't get that shot to go. And we score here, it's pretty much over, you'd have to say. Up by 8 with 2 minutes to go. Although if you watch some of our previous videos, I did choke with the Bulls. As I hit DeAndre Hunter wide open, I just cannot get anything to go with him. As you see, I get another chance there, but no. I get the rebound. I was going to give him a third chance, but he finally got manned up there, and Bogdanovic is going to have to do something here. I go for a little spin jumper, fake, get him to jump, bogey, wide open, but I brick it again. And I think this is when I was playing on high risk, high reward shooting, and it's really screwing me over here as I'm not greening many shots, so you basically know it's going to miss if it's a white, whereas normal and low risk, you have a bit of a better chance to make the whites. But LaMelo there with the left-handed layup, tough shot there. But you see, he's only got 13 with him, so I have been doing pretty well on him. And 8 of those are in the paint, so it looks like my opponent can't shoot either. As I go for the dagger there with another 3. But Capella is a monster on these boards and gets it to Johnson, who puts in the little floater, little layup there. As we should get the win now. Under 1 minute to go, up by 8. And this guy, I think he's playing on Xbox. I think that's what that symbol means. And yeah, I think it'd have to be Xbox. I don't think PC can cross-play us yet, just due to like hackers and all that stuff. So don't want to be dealing with that nonsense. Already have to deal with enough crap in this game. Don't have to deal with them breaking it even more. But he goes with the Euro there. We play good defense again. Trae Young, putting the clamps on him. As I go all the way, I feed Capella for the easy slam. And it's 50-40 with 31 seconds left. And this one's all over. As LaMelo goes in, thought he was going to get the layup, but I think he was 3-hunting there. But I accidentally fouling with Johnson. And for some reason, we're banking a last second sub there. And it's on auto subs, so it's not me, I'm pretty sure anyway. But yeah, as I said before, guys, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy. Really helps me out. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.